Lincoln Burrows is often seen as the victim of Prison Break in Season 1, but when you look closer, his actions might have caused more problems in the end. Lincoln is Michael Scofield's older brother, the one who's supposed to protect him, to take care of him. But as you go deeper into the first season, and honestly the rest of the show as well, it becomes clear that Lincoln isn't just someone Michael has to save, he's also part of the problem. As Michael himself once said in Season 2, nothing ever seems to register with him. Lincoln had the difficult responsibility of taking care of Michael when they were kids. Their parents were gone and they were often separated, especially when Lincoln ended up in juvie. Michael, still very young at the time, was placed in a foster home with an abusive stepfather who would beat him and lock him up. And yet, even from a distance, Lincoln was still there. But sometimes his way of doing things is messed up. The 90 grand for Michael? Great act of generosity. But the way he got this money is definitely what led him to prison. Through the flashbacks, we see him telling Michael to hold on, to have faith. The paper cranes become a symbol of that, a quiet way of saying, I'm here. From the very beginning, their bond is strong. Even in Season 1, while sitting on death row, Lincoln's main concern isn't himself. He asks Sarah to look out for him, knowing he might not be there anymore. And when it comes to protecting the people he loves, Lincoln doesn't hesitate. He reacts, often violently, but always out of loyalty. In fact, in Season 5, he becomes something even more important to Michael, like a lifeline. He's the one who goes to Yemen to bring Michael back home. And let's be honest, the tank scene? Pretty cool. So overall, Lincoln is a strong physical asset, deeply loyal and driven by love, not just for Michael but also eventually for Sarah and Sucre. At the same time, his lack of judgment and critical thinking often turns him into a burden. The biggest threat to Lincoln is himself. One scene that always comes to my mind is in Season 3, when Sarah throws a shoe through a window to signal that she's inside with LJ. Instead of thinking, taking his time, assessing the situation, Lincoln just runs straight towards the building, almost getting them all killed. Moments like this make it clear that without Michael, Lincoln is often lost, almost like he doesn't know how to function on his own. In Season 3 especially, he spends a lot of time being manipulated by Gretchen, while also making things more difficult for Michael, who's already trapped inside Sona. And then there's another example with the beginning of Season 5. It's honestly frustrating. After everything Michael sacrificed, after everything he went through, Lincoln goes back to his old habits and distances himself from Sarah. Why not honor his brother's sacrifice by trying to do better? Lincoln is a complex character. He has many flaws, sometimes frustrating ones, but he's also deeply human, more emotional, less controlled, and far less calculated than Michael. He gets distracted easily though, especially by pretty women. And yet in the end, it seems like Lincoln can truly function without him. He was ready to risk everything just because Michael wouldn't pick up the phone in Season 1. He needed him to escape the electric chair. He followed him all the way to Panama. Well, I mean, did he have a choice? Not really. And somehow, he never really questioned what happened to Sarah after her arrest, which says a lot. But in Season 5, Lincoln finally admits himself. He was lost without his brother, in a bad place. And that brings us to their final moment together. The last scene where Michael simply says, love you, and Lincoln turns back to say it too. It's quiet, simple, but it means everything.
Not running.